Hello everyone, it's Yogi here. I hope you're well. And today we're back in this space to do a spot of stitching. I hope you're having a great day. So it's about 8:46, 8:34, 8:34. I just skip about 10 minutes. 8:34 here in London, PM. Okay, so welcome everyone. So this is the piece I'm going to be working on today, and I have no idea that it's been about 3 weeks since I gave this piece a little bit of love. So today is the day. It's been kind of talking to me since last night, and I just knew today is this project's turn to get some love. So this piece is a 14 count cross stitching kit I got sometime maybe before COVID, but I didn't start working on it probably during COVID period, the lockdown period, where everybody was looking for a new hobby. And this is one of the first sort of full coverage pieces I bought without knowing there's such a thing as full coverage. I just knew there was a lot of stitches involved and the entire fabric is fully covered. That was all I knew. Slightly different from the pieces I did before, you know, a bit of samplers or maybe partially covered. So this piece is called Stationery Store. Very generic name, but it's absolutely beautiful. Let me show you the mock-up of the whole piece. Look at that. This is a night view, and I'm convinced this is somewhere. Well, actually, there are a lot of hints. I think the tower you could see at the horizon there, in sort of at the background, that might be Eiffel Tower. That's what I think. And this could be somewhere in France, fictional, or or actually factual. I have no idea, but I love the view, and the style is very French, and it's a stationery store. I don't know what is in the store there, but there's some beautiful posters of the ladies there, and everything just so whimsical and tranquil and pretty. So this piece, for a change, I actually started from the upper left, and let me show you my app here. So I'm using what is called Markup RXP. I haven't touched this app for a little while, for a few days now, so I need to readjust and get my head around. So let me show you the entire piece here. So this is, let me just remove this one here. So the full size of this piece, let me just show you. So proportionally, you can tell where I am right now. So I'm working page by page here. And so I started from the top page, upper left there. I've completed that. Second page, I'm close to completion. So I'm very, very excited and quite happy with that. But overall, I can't count. Okay, you can count it yourself how many pages they are. There are quite a few. So I would say this is probably slightly smaller than a regular Haid. I don't know for sure. I can give you some counts if you're interested later on in terms of stitch counts. But this is where I am now. So I'm working on the second page, and I'm hoping to bring it closer to the completion of the second page. And so you can see here, and I also and before I show you the next thing, let me just show you where I am right now in terms of completion. 7.42. Okay, so close to easing toward 10, 2 digits. That's always nice. And today I'm starting from zero stitches, zero stitch, and working from there. So from here, I'm going to switch back, and I'm going to show you the completion area that I've got on my fabric. So before I put the fabric on the frame, on the hoop, I took a photo. Okay, so let's have a look. Let me switch off the camera so you can see a little bit better. So I'm working the second page, which is at the bottom there, where you can vaguely see the outline taking shape of the lamps there. And above, you can see the brick wall, be absolutely beautiful, and partial part of the roof of the building there. Really, really pretty. And the area I'm working toward at the bottom left there is the top of one of the posters of the ladies. So this is the reason I decided to work downwards rather than sideways, because the second page on the right there is actually, extension of the roof, which is really pretty, but I was really keen to move downward there because I really wanted to stitch the posters with the ladies. So I just go wherever that makes sense to me that I want to go. So another thing about this piece is it's got back stitches, and just like the granny's a craft room, I think I should remember, but I have so many pieces got kind of craft room attached to the title, so I get mixed up. But there's another 14 count piece also has back stitches as well. So these are quite unique in terms of, the design there. So this is where I am. Let me just quickly look at the chat to see who are joining us. Adri is there. Hello, everyone. Very good to check in, Adri. Very good girl. And Suzanne is here. Hello, good evening. And Suzanne is over here in Europe as well. So it's evening over there. It's nice to have someone actually, it's in a similar time zone as me. And Nikki Stitchy, Nikki, hello, good evening or good afternoon, good morning. Sarah is here as well. Sarah says, hi, everyone. And oh, Nikki says, these badges are weird. I know, this is some new thing. YouTube came up. You can totally ignore it. It just means, if you have a crown on top of you, that means you're special, okay? You won. You are the kings and queens of this chat. That's what it is. Yes, Adrian, you made it. You totally made it. And Rose is here as well. Rose says hello. Hope you are enjoying your day, evening. Yes, everybody's from different time zone. Tracy's here as well. And Tracy says hi, everyone. And Steve is here as well. Hello, Steve. And Senga is here. Senga is from the UK, from Newcastle, if I remember correctly. Hello, Senga. And Diana, hello. And Ezzy is here as well. Good morning, everybody. So now I really can't wait. I've been thinking about this piece since last night. When a piece is calling me, I'm just getting so eager to put in that first stitch. And particularly this piece I hadn't worked on for so long. I have no idea where's time gone. It's been 3 weeks since the last time I gave this piece some love, so I can't wait. And oh, look at this. These lamps are taking, street lamps are taking shape here. And bear with me, because I haven't touched markup RXP for a little while now, so I need to get my head around. I'll probably make mistakes and stuff like that, but there's nothing unusual, right? I make mistakes frequently, so you guys are used to it by now. And let me zoom in nice and close. And by the way, if you don't know, I'm streaming in 4K. So if you're on mobile, probably not a good idea because it consumes the mobile data. But if you're lucky enough to be at home right now in your home Wi-Fi, then turn on the 4K. If it's not on already, it will give you beautiful, nice, clear pictures here. And maybe I am going to bring the markup, make the markup just tiny bit smaller here, so you can still see it, but not getting in the way here. Just tiny bit. And have you noticed my London bus needle minder. You know, I was so shocked when I found it today. It was attached on one of the needlepoint pieces I did a few months ago, and I totally forgot I've got this needle minder. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes, as you say, you won the internet with badges. Yes, you are winners. That's what it is. And it's official because you've got crowns on top of your head. So enjoy it. Oh, Adri's got tomorrow off, so you have no excuse. You have to join us for a spot of stitching rather than, you know, watching us from work. Hush, hush. Yeah, oh my God. Um, Joyce is here. Joyce is here. I always get mixed up. Nikki Stitchy, Stitchy Dutchy, you know, hey, just in case I'm not confused enough. Yes, Joyce is here in the chat. And is it Kim's Day already? Sorry, darling Joyce. Sorry to break the news to you. That was yesterday, okay? And you can, it will come back again next Wednesday. It's like buses, you know. Wednesdays are like buses. It will come back again. It will come back again. And Nikki says, I couldn't put my Kim piece down. I saw your pictures on the Facebook group. It's beautiful. I mean, New Start is just the best, isn't it? Everything's new, is opening the new door to a new dream. My God, I share your excitement, and it's going to be a beautiful piece there. Absolutely. So let me get to my first color here while I'm keeping my eye on the chat there. So the floss for this piece, okay, they are coming with the kit. So they are DMC compatible, but the texture is slightly different. Not better or worse, I need to stress. I think all the floss that I'm working with, I love them all. See, I've already broken my my floss organizer here. So what I'm going to do is just gently pop it in, and I'll fix it later. I know how to fix it, because normally when that happens, I just put a piece of what is it, masking tape on, and I repunch the hole, and I'll fix it. But I'll do that later. Okay, so for now I'm gently pop it back like a little baby there, and I'm going to go for my first color today. So the method of choice for this piece has been cross country. Okay, cross country, not color completion because it's entire page. I'm working one page at a time. So I'm doing mini cross country and just pick and choose whatever colors and area I want to work with within reason. So the idea is to flow from top to bottom, left to right in some way, but doesn't matter because it's only within the page. So I'm not going diagonal or any shape or form. I am just stitching wherever I want within the space. So I am going to pick my first color here. I think it makes sense to maybe work on this bit a little bit. It's feeling like it needs some attention there. So let me see what colors I have right now. The first lucky number, yes, 648. 648 is our first lucky number. 648. And let me know what you're working on today. I know we have a SAL days, but every day is a stitch with me day. Okay, so bring up your favorite project there. I'm sure you have many favorite ones if you were me. And 648, 648. And let's stitch together. There's no better things in life, or maybe a couple of other better things, but this is very close to the best things you can enjoy in life, is to find a whole bunch of people who are just as nerdy as you are with cross-stitching, and they want to stitch together. There's no better place to be, let me tell you. That's my promise to you. It's here. And it's now here. The first color is slightly a silver grayish color, and I'm going to start around there. And let me just quickly get my eyes over there. Joyce's comments still making me laugh. Oh, Suzanne says, I haven't stitched all day. I was working on floss management. That's a full-time job on its own, Suzanne. But it's quite therapeutic to do, isn't it? I mean, too much of that, sometimes it feels like a chore. But, you know, I always feel like when my floss system is in order, my life's in order. It's a bit like that. So it is something that I like to do from time to time, but I always make sure I have some time to get some actual stitching as well, so I don't feel like I'm just sitting there trying to organize things. It's a balance, isn't it, for everything? Divide and conquer, that's my philosophy. You know, I don't want to push through anything just purely with willpower. I think willpower is, you only need willpower when there's no real drive to do it, because if the drive is there, it would just happen. So follow the heart, follow the drive, and things will be easy, whatever you do, I think. Oh, already I'm loving it. It's so nice to stitch. Oh my God, these are my first stitches of the day as well. And every day after a busy day, I'm just looking forward to sitting down and stitch with you. Nothing is better. And drink of my choice today is my usual peppermint tea from Tea Picks. No affiliation. I'm just loving their tea because it's so pure and delicious. Let me take a sip of my tea here. And let me know, what are the drinks of your choice today? Sometimes I have multiple ones. In fact, I still have a little bit of coffee left. That I could maybe have a sip from time to time, but I love my peppermint tea. Suzanne says, I needed to add my new floss to my master set. Okay, to top up. To add colors you don't have already. Yes, sometimes I do on the fly. You know, if I can't be bothered to do like a full session. It's a little bit naughty because sometimes if you start a new project and you haven't sorted out all the colors that you haven't got yet, it means sometimes you have to start and stop sometimes, which I don't mind, because with my master set, I probably have, well, I had 2/3 of all the DMC colors there already. So, you know, it's very occasionally I have to stop to top up something or to add new colors. And the downside of that is obviously it makes starting a new project super easy because sometimes you kind of think twice starting new projects because you go, oh, I have to go through the thread list, make sure I have everything there. But when you have a master set, well, you can pretty much start right away. You know, as long as you have the fabric, you can just start a new project. It's too easy. It's too easy. So that's my cunning planner. Let me make sure that I don't wander off and stitch on something that's totally incorrect in terms of location. Joy says, Stitchidachi. With me, it's the other way around. When my life is chaotic, I can at least control my floss management. Okay, I get it. I get it. So yes, you through organization, you find a sense of order. I get it. That works too. That works too. Yes. But then, through the organization, your life becomes more peaceful as well and in better order, I say. I mean, there are a lot of things that's external that we have no control over. And this is not being a defeatist. There are things externally is out of our individual control. That does happen. But there are many things we can change as well. So, it's about embracing the elements that perhaps, we have no full control over, but knowing that doesn't matter what happens, we have the capacity and the confidence to deal with it. It's a never stop, never ending learning process. I remember there was a question posed by someone about, it's a philosophical question of how you see, well, basically, what is your relationship with the world? Do you see it as a friendly place? Do you see it as a hostile place? And it seems like a silly question, but it's so profound, because if you see the world as a friendly place, that, ultimately, the universe, whatever it is, depends on your religion or not having any religion, structure in religion, or some sort of spiritual belief. If you believe the world is not there to mess you up, sometimes when things are not going well, you're kind of going like, why is the world against me? But if you fundamentally believe that those challenges are there, it's necessary in order for you to grow as a person, then ultimately you can find the confidence and ability to cope with it. Not even coping. Coping sounds like you're, falling off the edge, but to deal with it with grace. And it's such a fundamental question, is what filter do you see the world through? Do you see it as a friendly place, or do you think it's a hostile place? It's constantly trying to mess you up. And that is such an important question to define in your mind, because if you feel like the world is always helpful, people are kind, and ultimately, like what they say, I'm not a Christian necessarily, but I believe there's a line in Bible says that God will never give you any challenges you can't deal with. If you believe that to be true, and you don't have to have any religion to believe that, then you feel safe. It's that sense of security and confidence that you have that makes everything, any challenges that come in your way, become just an event that I wouldn't even say it's a test, because it makes it sound like it's something that you can succeed or fail. It's a fact. It's a life experience that's presented to you, and if you feel safe and confident with the world, how you see the world, you will find solution, because then only then you can see solutions, because the solutions are always there. Sometimes we're overwhelmed, we can't see it. So, and I fundamentally believe the world is kind. Doesn't matter, I have many challenges in my life, but I believe the world is kind. So there. Oh, Suzanne says, mine is bubble water with lemon. That sounds lovely. What's bubble water? It's like fizzy water, like cold water with lemon. That sounds great. Tracy says, still drinking coffee here. Ha. Nikki says, I'm going to work on my Kim piece, my studio. I found and stitching the girl with, oh, okay. And stitching the girl with the pearl on it. Oh, is the painting, as in the painting. Wow, that's going to be beautiful. That's going to be really beautiful. And the studio is really so whimsical as well. You know, if you're starting from upper left, Nikki, that means you're going to get to those beautiful little pictures on the wall very, very soon. With your speed, probably the next few days, you're going to be stitching those pictures. And they're so beautiful. I'll probably get that pattern as well on the next discount day from Heaven and Earth. And if you don't know which piece that is, it's called My Studio, from Heaven and Earth by Kim Jacobs. It's one of our favorite artists in this group of stitchers. And from there, I'm going to fill up the next color. Try to go from top to bottom as much as I can. Next one, 225. Oh, it's a little pink going on there. 225. 225. It's that one. Little salmony pink there. A bit of orange in there. Nikki says she's drinking coffee and water. Very nice. And Joy says, I'm drinking squash. Watermelon squash. What is that like? Is it like, is it something you made yourself? Or, wow, it's like watermelon fizzy drink. I've never had those. And, oh, so you mix it a little bit. It's too sweet. Yeah. Sarah says, the only thing we can control are our attitude and our effort. Absolutely. Beautifully said. That's the only control we have. And what is it, that's a lot of control. If you imagine, if you have, you're able to manage, I don't want to say manage emotions, because it sounds like suppressing emotions. It's not the same thing at all. But if you were able to adjust how we see the world, which essentially determines how we interact with the world, then, it's all good. It's all good. It doesn't matter what it is. Challenges will come, but we're here for it, It's okay. Everything's okay. And if you believe in anything like what Buddhists said, of the incarnation, whenever you have a new challenge in your life, it means an opportunity to grow. And the more you grow, then perhaps, because if you believe in the philosophy, then we will continue to come back again and again until we've done our work. So imagine that if you're able to face certain challenges and grow as a person, that means perhaps at some point, I don't know what happens when you don't come back and reconnect, and come back over and over again when you are done. I don't know where you go, like some sort of nirvana, but it means you're moving forward as a being, whatever it is. And that is something to be embraced. Let me remember to mark my stitches. I often forget and I get very confused. And let me see, where am I? Here. I've done these two and here. So London has cooled down a little bit, but it's still quite warm actually. It's quite a strange position to be in if you live in the UK or London. One more. Oh, right. So Suzanne, so it's fizzy water. Nice. I like a bit of fizzy water as well. But I drink Diet Coke from time to time. Hey, Griety, hello, welcome. Come join us. And here. Joy says, now there's a reason to not try to finish your whip. You can come back. You can come back in your next life to work on them again. Yeah, because I don't know how it works. Imagine that if you finish a piece, well, it depends on whether you come back and live the same life. If you if you finish a piece when you come back, does that mean you have to work on it again? Or can you just move on to a different piece? I have no idea. Can you imagine you just have to work on the same piece over and over again? I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, Adri would love to be a ghost. She said, I would love to be a ghost and work on all the whips I have. Why do you have to be a ghost to work on your whips? You can work on them as a living human being. It's okay, you know? Or do you think ghosts will work a little bit faster? Two, three. Whether they're actually ghosts or not, you know, there's another can of worms that I occasionally like to open and have a look, have a peek. My mum, she's passed on now, but she loved ghost stories. And one of the fond memories that I have from my mom is always trying to exchange ghost stories. And to the point I have to make up ghost stories just to shock her because I run out. Most ghost stories are not very interesting, not very sensational. So I literally have to make up my own stories and just to see the shock of her face. That's part of my entertainment there with my mum. And she loves to tell stories as well. She was such a great storyteller. Oh, we could chat forever. Oops, I'm sliding off the camera there. Sarah say, I hope we don't have to start them over and over again from the beginning. Imagine if you have to come back again. You know, if I had to come back again and start all my webs, oh man, that's quite a life. I'd like to move on, please. Maybe work on the next bit. I think if you do come back, you probably work on the things you haven't completed, or maybe, I don't know, there's a scoring system. Say if you haven't passed the average score, you probably come back and work on it again. So make sure you stitch properly, make them beautiful so you don't have to rework on them again. And get to work on something different. Hello, Grace. Welcome. Oh, so Adri says if she comes back as a ghost, okay, and would you still be haunting? When you if you come back, would you be haunting the airport that you work in, just to spy on everybody, but they can't see you? And she says, I don't want to spook anyone. I just want to continue my webs. So you want to come back as a stitching ghost. So that's a new category. New category in the ghost arena. So she wants to come back to just stitch and not bothering anybody. I get it. Just have some peace and quiet. That sounds good. That sounds good to me. Right. Next one. 647. 647 is another silver gray color. 647. There you go. Oh, it's actually slightly greeny. The swatch doesn't look that accurate. It's got a little bit of a green. It's more green than gray, actually. Grayish green. Natalia is here joining us. She's our potato representative. She brought us potato. In the stitching world. Aka. Natalia Boomerang method. I know that's a mouthful, but that's the official name for the new technique that everybody's raving about. Lisa is here as well. Lisa says, hello everyone. I hope you're having a great stitchy day. Every day is a great stitchy day. Lisa, I hope you're enjoying your session as well. If you're stitching, I hope you are. And I know a lot of people probably watching while they're not stitching, just to have that, share that joy of stitching. Maybe they're at work, maybe they're out and about, not able to stitch right now, but they can feel the joy, I'm sure. And coming down here. Oh, Tracy says, very wise. Tracy probably referring to Adri's comments. She says, you wouldn't need to sleep, so you could get tons more done. That is so true. That's one more positive reason to be a stitching ghost. But do you have to sign on? So, you know, when you move on to another world and you go somewhere like a job center or something, there are different types of ghosts you can become. I would like to apply the category, the stitching category. I don't mind, you know, well, I suppose you want to be able to stitch, wouldn't you? So, I don't mind a little bit of a side gigs, just haunting the airport. I don't mind doing that from time to time, but most of the time I like to just be able to stitch on my own, not to be bothered. And I wouldn't like to be visible. I'm sure there are categories that you need to specify when you're a ghost. That do you want to be visible as a ghost so you can be seen, or invisible? So you need to make sure you tick the right boxes. And once you're there, you can stitch away. You don't have to sleep. And maybe you don't need to have a drink either. No drinks are necessary. No peppermint tea is necessary. And you just keep stitching. That sounds very nice. So, just be careful, be mindful when you select the category of ghosts you would like to be. Make sure you choose the right one. Just Katri. That's a very detailed thinking. Adri says, CCTV will show a floating hoop, fabric and floss. Exactly. Well, I don't know. Maybe there are sort of ghostly version of stitching accessories that you can purchase. So you don't have to be seen. So that's something to look into once you transition. So just make sure cover all bases. We want the stitching life to be happy. And, if you don't want to be bothered, what a drag. Imagine. There you are thinking you're invisible, really secretive. And there are people actually spotting you, with floating hoops and everything. That wouldn't be good. So make sure maybe you can purchase from the Amazon, from the spirit world, that you can buy those, accessory that's appropriate for your ghostly activities, so you don't get seen. It's important to buy the correct accessories for the job you're trying to do, right? Rose says, I'm one of those hanging around in the background, just listening. Stuck at work. Listening with my earbuds. So the boss can't hear. That's an important accessory to have, earbuds. You don't want your bosses to hear anything like full coverage, every 3 minutes, or, battery needles. These things wouldn't make sense to them, and it's going to get them very suspicious. So make sure, or boomerang, and now it's like going to be mentioned every 3 minutes. So absolutely, earbuds, incognito stitcher. That's it. 2 more here. I'm going to end this thread. It's getting a little bit short. Oh, I'm so happy working on this piece. It's long overdue. River is here. Say hello to River. I hope you're well today. Oh, Gritty wants to specialize in ghostly frogging activities. Well, you know, is that something that one can specialize in, just frogging? It doesn't sound like fun. Frogging only happens when mistakes are made. So, or maybe you don't need to frog anymore because you just, you know, it's all magic. You just stitch. You never make mistakes. You've got to have some benefit for being a ghost, stitching ghost. Joy says, I like the floating part of being a ghost. No soreness in back or bum. No, not at all. Being a ghost, you will be as light as a feather. And you can sneak on people. No pain, no soreness. And you don't have to go to the gym either because you just have a perfect bum. Depends on where your perfect bum is. Each to their own, okay? If you have seen Instagram, you'll have slightly different opinions on what, you know, a perfect bum should look like. And I'm going to move up. Lovely. I might fill in some of these area. This area has got quite a few stitches waiting for me to fill in. Beautiful. And this is a dark color as well. So switch back and forth. If I work on some pale colors for a couple of rounds, I just crave for something darker, and the other way around. 3371. 3371. There, I've got one threaded already. Yes, perfect ghost bomb. Yes, exactly. I don't know whether there's something that you could kind of order online when you're a ghost. You say, well, this is the type of bomb I like, you know, and that would be permanent. I don't have to work on it, you know, and it never sags. And it's, it's just perfect all the time. That'd be good. No exercise necessary. That is where I start. Move it up here. I love this needle miter. So pretty. River. But it would be interesting to know if ghosts can actually communicate with other ghosts. You know, it might get a little bit lonely if just floating around on your own, stitching away. Even with perfect bum, I'm sure some company would be very welcomed, right? to here. And I know some viewers, with this channel, for some reason, there's a high percentage of people watching the videos via TV as well. And I've got comments of people who say, well, I can't comment because I'm watching TV. And, you can probably get some good tips from some of the chatters up here in the chat. Because even if you're watching on a TV, everybody's got a mobile phone. You can still tune into your mobile phone and just load up the video, the stream, and then you have access to the chat in your hand. So, it can be done. If you would like to come on to say hello, it's right there, a solution for you. I think a lot of people probably stitch in their living room, and it's TV screen is nice and big, and the sound is also good. So I bet that's really good. Oh, Jacqueline is here. Hello, Jacqueline from Canada. I'll try to pronounce it, and you can tell me that I butchered it, okay? Saskatchewan. I did my best. I'll sign off now. Bye, everyone. Oh, Grace says that's where the ghost YouTube comes in. Ghost YouTube. So we have Amazon, we have YouTube. So it's pretty much the same life, isn't it? It's not a bit shocking. Nikki says, what fabric count did you buy for your new project? Is that to me or to someone on the chat? I know there's conversation going on between the chatters as well. Let me see where I am. Where am I? I am here. Got it. And now I'm moving up here. So I'm moving around pretty much the remaining of the page. So I could get lost from time to time. It probably will happen. Oh yes, Grace, fantastic. Yogi's goes slow stitching channel. Nothing ever changes. It's still slow. Slow is the key. Slow is the key word. Managing expectations, Imagine if you call yourself a speed stitcher, speed stitching yogi. Man, the pressure. And I'm true to my word, because if you've been to the channel before, I am indeed slow, okay? It's not a gimmick. It's a fact. Suzanne says, I have it on my TV and phone with the phone on mute. Exactly. That's the way to go. It can be done. Everybody's got a mobile phone, right? So you're already there. Let me see the couple of stitches on the chart here. I have to manually highlight. And if I haven't mentioned already, if you haven't seen this project before, it's actually a paper pattern that came with a kit. And it came with a fabric, it came with the pattern in paper form. And I'm using markup RXP. I scanned in, well, yes, I imported the pictures I took of the patterns, and it has the pattern recognition ability, and picked up, I would say, about 85 to 90% of the stitches. Some of them, you know, the system could get a little bit confused, even with adjustments. So from time to time, I have to kind of manually add in the stitches. It's not too bad. I'm just happy that I can use the pattern in a digital form. I much prefer digital pattern than using papers. So it's probably one of the key reasons I use markup. Otherwise, I use Pattern Keeper or Saga if it's appropriate. Right, 2 stitches over here. Joy says, I think some of us are connected twice. I, for one, am using my phone to text. But you all, oh, live on the tablet. So different combinations. That's interesting to hear about your setup, because some people might have a multiple mobile devices. One tablet is bigger, and some use desktop computer as well, and then maybe use a mobile device to text. I think if you're on computer, that's probably easier. You just type via a keyboard. But if you don't have a computer nearby, then perhaps you have a tablet for a bigger view, and then you have your phone to join in with the chat. So, oh yes, Nikki. So, which new project? What fabric? Oh, did you buy for your new project? Are you referring to Kim's pattern? If that's the case, I'm thinking 28. 28. I'm still trying to make up my mind. I want to get hold of the tablet, the pattern first before I can measure, come up with the right measurement for the fabric I'm going to get. If I were to get, Kim's pattern, then I will probably go for 28, because that's a new experience, isn't it? And I'm all for new adventure and different stitching experience. I'm thinking at this point anyway, I'll probably make a judgment call once I'm there, but I'll probably go for 28 count fabric and 10 stitches. That's what I'm thinking right now. Because I have a lot of full cross projects already, and I think 28 will probably fare quite well with 10 stitches, 2/1, you'll come up quite full in coverage. I mean, even 25 is perfect. 498, 498, 498. Let me have a sip of my tea. 498. So this color I'll need to top up very soon. 298. I've got a few strands left. In fact, I am going to do that now. I'll show you what a floss look like when they come in as a kit. So 498, I'm running low, so I am going to go to my stash of the floss here, live on Slow Yogi stitching channel. So let me see if I can find it. 498. Oh, there you go. I found it right away. So let me tune Let's zoom out a little bit. Let me just show you what they look like when they come in as a kid. Whoops, not that one. So this is, let me see if I can zoom out. Maybe if I move my stand away for a moment, I'll be able to show you. So this is how the kit came in. So came in, I think this is the original bag. This is not my bag. They came in with the fabric and everything, and these are the floss cards. So I've had them for a while, so they're looking slightly grubby, don't mind me. So they come in floss cards like this. Oh, so this is the company name, Stitch DMC. I don't know whether it's still around. So this is for the stationery store, and they come in, there's 3 different. So this one is got floss on both sides, quite a lot. You can tell that I can, I'm not going to run out anytime soon. I can probably stitch the piece twice. And this one, okay, so there are 2 floss cards with the both sides threaded, and they've got 1 additional one with 1 side. So the color I want is 498. 498. So it's that one. I've got plenty of it. I've got 3 bundles here, or 2. This one's really large. So I'm going to take this one off here. So I just need to make sure. I don't want a whole lot. That's too much. But I think this should be plenty, because I'm going to be folding them in half. So, and I'll thread this back in. Back on my thread cards here, 498. I've got not a lot here. I didn't see it. 498. So they give you plenty of material here. So, because sometimes when you work on a project like this and you rely on the floss coming with the kids, sometimes you lose them, or whatever happens to them. Sometimes people move houses. If you don't work on the piece for a while, you could potentially lose them, or maybe partially. But, I've got tons here. So I'm going to just tuck it in for safekeeping. And pop it back in my little storage here. And then, this is what I want to do. I am going to thread it. 498. So Joyce, look away. This is my messy thread organizer here. This is how I roll. If you have seen Joyce's organizer and her work in general, you will get slightly nervous, because you say, well, how do you get it so tidy and so clean? But, there you go. It's possible. Just not possible for me. And I'm just naturally a little bit messy. I say a little bit. I'm being kind to myself. Maybe very messy, but so there. I'm gonna pop these in, and I'm ready to go. Here. So we've got plenty of this color now. There you go. Oh, Adri says, when I say I am going to sleep, still have the tablet with your stream and my phone on the side in case I want to comment. So does that mean, Adri, when you're going on tangent, when you go rogue, you're actually commenting in your sleep? You're sleep commenting, you're sleep chatting. Oh, now that explains everything. Yes. And Dawn is here. Dawn, one of the TV lurkers. Join the club of TV lurkers. So Dawn is the representative of the TV lurker of the channel. She says, I'm sitting here giggling at everyone's ghost plans. Now you can be part of the plan. Now you're on the chat. I know. We need to have a plan, you know, so we get to be the right kind of ghost. You don't want to end up having to do it all over again. It's very important conversation. Today tree. Oh, Suzanne. Oh, Suzanne asked, what pattern is the one you're going to get? I'm very tempted to get what Nikki's working on, Kim Jacobs, what's it called? My studio. It's actually pretty new because I checked the date of the release. It didn't come out till May this year, so it's brand new. Because some patterns from Kim, they have been around for quite a while, but this one just came out in May. And it's a beautiful piece. It's got so much going on. And if you know me, you know, the kind of patterns I love is just, it's got everything going on there. So it's beautiful. You can look at what Nikki's stitching. So I'm thinking if I were to get another piece from Kim, that may be the one. Very tempting. So I can work on multiple patterns on the sol day, you know, never too many Kim pattern. Let me see where I am. Here, one here, it's here. Jodis, hello, welcome. Jodis asks, you doing royal stitching? I mean, do I ever do that? Yes, I have a project ongoing at the moment on the channel that I am moving into royal row stitching, and it's going well, you know, because I had a couple of tries before. It just kind of didn't flow, but this time it seems to be okay. Probably I have everybody's help. So, you know, when it comes to judgment call in terms of how to modify it to work for me, I have some advice and suggestions. But I think it could work. So with that piece, I will continue to work on in royal rolls and see how it goes. And I think quite a few chatters on here, they do royal rolls like Stitchy Dutchy. I think she does royal roll, and Suzanne as well. I think she does royal roll. So that was partially my inspiration to try again. And yes, so the answer is yes, I do, but not for all. I change my stitching methods for different pieces because I like the fun of it and the challenges of it. So, you know, any kind of stitching method, I'll try at least once to see how it flows. So today I'm doing cross country. Adri says, I take strong meds to sleep. Oh, so when I say something random, it's because I caught something. Caught something and I say it. Wow. Does that make you sort of, you know, is it like a truth syrup type thing that you just start saying, telling all the truths? So when you say you love Yogi and you love her channel, it's all true, right? I get it. I get it. Thank you for your honesty. River says, but then do you put that just added floss in the bag with the rest of them later? Do you mean the leftover ones? Let me see if you've got previous comments that I missed. Let me read it again. River says, but then do you put that just added floss in the bag with the rest of them later? Yes, anything that's left over, just leave them where they were, you know, whether they come in sort of original package like floss card. I just leave them where they are until I need to top up, because I normally take quite large quantity out, so I rarely have to go back to the original bag to get more, very once in a while. And that's probably a good thing, because they're, you know, kind of safely stored, not being bothered. Because if you go back and forth trying to reorganize them all the time, maybe they get wear off a little bit quicker. But I really only do this, you know, I can't recall the last time I have to kind of go into those bags and get new bits, you know, out last time, maybe months ago, because I normally just take large quantity at a time, because I'm lazy. Okay, I'm a slow stitcher and very lazy with organization, so I try to find sort of permanent solution that's more sustainable, so I don't have to keep repeating. Jodis. Okay. So Jodis is referring to a royal roles. And do you mean start and stop, the hardest part, help? Do you mean the method? You need to start and stop as in threading the needle. So there are quite a few royal roles experts on the chat who have been stitching the method for a long time. So maybe you can all chip in and help Jodis out. That's what we're here for, to have some fun, but also learn from each other as well. So the last time I did the royal roll, I had live help from the chat. There. Let me find my next location. It's over here. Betty's here. Hello, Betty. I'm here just being quite quietly stitching, thinking I prefer to be a vampire. That's a slightly different category, because vampires are not ghosts, are they? They are actual being-ish, or there's somewhere in between. They're undead, aren't they? They're a slightly different category. Now we found a new category too, to be stitching vampire. I think vampire is not categorized as ghosts. They're special beings. Chip in, everyone. What would be the official definition? Oh, so you want to be a vampire, just don't want to drink blood. I don't know whether that's an option, though. I think, you know, by default, if you're a vampire, you need to drink blood of some kind, or maybe ketchup, something similar, something red, tomato juice, or something like that. Can you be a vegetarian version of vampire? I think you need to put that on your application form when you apply to be a vampire. So just to make sure you get the specs correctly, you know. You don't want to be the wrong kind of vampire. Can you be a tofu eating, tomato juice drinking vampire? One there. Let me mark my stitches. so I don't get confused. Nikki asked, Fran, I thought you bought a pattern. Oh, that one. Oh, should I tell you which one that is? Because just to keep you from guessing. Yes, I did buy one from the last time we had the discount day with Haid. Should I reveal what that one is? Some of you might know. Some of you might know this pattern already. It's from Amy Stewart. Let me just show you then. I was trying to be secretive because I was worried that once it's out there, I feel like I want to stitch it, which I do. Okay, let me show you mine as well. So let me show you which one that is. I bought from. I've been eyeing this one for a while, but you know, I finally decided to get it. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna reveal. Hang on, let me just catch up with the chat. So I'm gonna show you the pattern that I bought the other day on the discount, discount day. Okay, there you go. Ta-da! There you go. This is it. This is it. Oh my God, I love it. I can't look at it because if I look at it, I want to stitch it. What do I do? What do I do? I love it. I love it. I love it. And oh my God, I've been looking at this pattern for a while. It just looks like so much fun. It's got everything going on there. And the color scheme is just, my God, to die for. Seriously, this is why we love Amy Stewart. I know she's got different styles, but this one is just, oh, I can't. Nikki, it's your fault. If I start this, you know, stitching this one, then it's entirely Nikki Stitch's fault, everyone, okay? So let me see, let me check the name of this. Oh, it's called Sweet Shop. Nice and simple. It's a sweet shop. Oh, guys, what do I do? Should I? Shouldn't I? Should I? Shouldn't I? I can't. I can't. Yes, I've been dreaming about this one as well. Oh, Suzanne say, awesome, you need to start it. I know, I'm so tempted. And I'm thinking about 28 as well. I think this will look so fabulous on a 28 counts. You know, nice and small, you get all the details. And this one is also max colors. My God, max colors, maybe half stitches, everyone. What should I do? What should I do? Oh, you haven't seen it before, Natalia. It's beautiful. I think it's been around, I don't know how long. I've seen it around for at least a year now, maybe longer. I've been, you know, keeping it on my wish list for a little while. But, you know, it's max colors, it's massive. Sometimes I just go, well, you know, should you really go for another max color? Because I've got my little cake shop already. And but this one's been calling me. I know. Anybody wants to stitch with me? We can start together. That would give me that courage and not to feel too guilty if someone else is stitching with me. You don't have to do max color. They've got a regular color version. So do you guys love it? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's like every time I look at it, my heart starts racing. And that's normally a sign that I have to do something about it. But it's all Nikki's fault because I was trying to put it out of my mind and Nikki just had to bring it up. Nikki, seriously, we need to have a word. And I just want to go back a little bit. Oh, man. Yeah, it's called Sweet Shop. Start stitching now, Adri. Seriously. And talking about me being an, you know, enabler, you guys are just as bad, you know? We're just feeding each other this addiction. It's a very nice addiction, actually. Right. Nikki says, yes, you must start. What count? I'm thinking 28 half stitches, 2/1. What do you think? Sarah says, new start, you guys. And some of you like, I have 5 webs going on, and that's enough for my lifetime, and there you are. Oh, anybody wants to start with me? Then we can pick a day, nothing official, but at least I know I have company. It's such a fun piece though. Can you imagine stitching all those beautiful sweets? Oh, I can't. I can't. We're here to enable. You are doing a great job, Adri. Well done, well done. Yeah, Amy Stewart Fridays. I know, and we have that piece with cats coming out as well. What do we do? Do we just make it a general Amy Stewart Day on Friday? Because, well, the reason I thought, well, maybe we need to be a bit more focused because she's got so many pieces. You're literally going to have like 100 of different pieces everybody's stitching with Amy Stewart design. So, but who knows? We might have an Amy Stewart Friday or Amy Stewart Saturday, Amy Stewart every day. I bet that's, for some people, is Amy Stewart every day. I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame them. Because it's so much fun. It's like stitching this Technicolor dream. Why wouldn't you want to be in that dream? It's beautiful. Let me end this thread here. It's getting a little short. And that one. Now it's out, okay? I really want to stitch it. But I love my studio as well. I need to get a pattern. Rose, there's one volunteer. Rose says, I will start with you. Now everybody, snapshot that comment, okay? I'll hold it hold it as a proof. Rose is going to start with me. Rose is going to start with me. That's one person gamed. Stewart Sundays. It's every day, Susan. Yes, we have one taker. Oh, Tracy says, I want to do the gingerbread houses. Is that Amy Stewart piece? Please don't tell me. I don't need to know any more Amy Stewart pieces. I want to remain ignorant. Nikki says, I have 5 Amy Stewart. Suzanne says, yes to what? You need to be specific. Otherwise, I'm gonna I'm gonna count you in, okay? That would be very dangerous. Yes, I agree, AJ. Yes. When my heart's racing, I know what that means. And Tracy says, me too. Tracy, did you just get the pattern? Oh, my love. Wonderful. Tracy is #1. Yes, you've got a crown there. You're #1. I'll personally crown you. Can everybody give Rose and Tracy a round of applause? Two very brave people are going to join me. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. You're such enablers. Oh my God. Yes. Joy says, Kim's Day to support, Amy Day for progress. Now we have a slogan as well. Oh my God. We are definitely going to have an Amy Day. It has to be done. Yes. And we can pick either Friday or Saturday. The reason I say Saturday is because some people can't join us on weekdays. So they probably can't join us on Kim's day, but at least there's one day they can join. That's Saturday. So maybe Saturday is good too. So at least some people, they can't, be here during weekdays. They can come in and join for one day. The gingerbread house is good, isn't it? Is it? Oh, man. Round of applause for Tracy and Rose. Now it's official, okay? At least I have 2 victims following along with me, so I don't feel like I'm on my own. No. That's on the record. That's on the record. I need to get my fabrics. I already have the pattern, so. Man. Yes, it's official. It's official, everyone. No. 49A, let me move up. Oh, how wonderful. I'm already fantasizing stitching it, guys. So I'm going to switch to something a bit lighter. And this one, 3A65. 3A65. Janelle. Welcome, Janelle. She's clapping as well. All you enablers. I love you guys. What, Rose, what else can we enable? Oh, man. Lisa says, I have cosmic Mabels on the go and have been debating adding the grand butterfly ball. Oh, Amy Stewart. Stewart Saturday will give me an excuse to buy the latter. Oh, sounds like Saturday. Could be the day. Amy Day. One of, there are only 7 days in the week. One of them has to be Amy Day. That I don't think there's any controversy on that. And I think Saturday might be better because those people who can't be here during weekdays can join us on Saturday. Oh, it'd be so good. And here, I think I may have missed 2 stitches there. I need to allow my heart to slow down a little bit or I'll be stitching. I'm making mistakes everywhere. Sarah says, I have to have an Amy Stewart now. Trying to wait for the cat bookshop. We don't know when it's coming out, do we? Do we have a release date? No, we're not making it easy at all. We're here to enable each other. So we feel less guilty for, having new starts. That's what we're here for. It's like a therapy group. My name is Yogi. I am a serial starter. That's me. Confession day. So this is almost white. You probably can't even see it on the fabric. This is so white. Oh, cosmic marbles. Okay, I can almost visualize it. I haven't seen the piece. Nikki says, I think you deserve a new start. You naughty, naughty girl. I know what you're doing, Nikki. I know what you're doing. Susan says, I have tea and cookies. Oh, that needs attention from Amy Stewart. Oh, tea and cookies, is that the name of the piece, or are you having tea and cookies? Both, either. You know, both are fabulous. You can do both. And that reminds me of my piece of vintage baker, the cherry pie. Oh, delicious. Rose says, we'll love it if it was Saturday. We can make it Saturday. I think that is a very, very good idea. Janelle says, I have 4 Amy Stewart pieces, all bookshelves. Oh, has she got that many pieces? Kind of bookshelf related. I know a few. I think I've seen most of them. They're very popular. Bookshelves are popular, isn't it? Because Colin Thompson, you know, the piece from Gecko Rouge I stitched the other day. He also has quite a few pieces that's has the bookshelf theme. That's a popular theme. Yeah, everybody loves books. No one's gonna go, well, I hate books. I mean, even people who don't read books probably like the look of books because they're just good. Adrian says, so Thursdays are confession days. Well, I suspect every day is confession days, the way it goes. You know, everybody goes, my name is, I am Serial Stitcher Anonymous. I'm trying to find help at Slow Yogi's channel. But I came across a whole bunch of enablers. It's not my fault. Not really. It's all them. Senga says, I've bought the Bee Elemental kit from Gecko Rouge. What does it look like? I think I'm spent up. Oh, spend up for now. Yes, Gecko Rouge kits are not cheap at all. It's not for faint-hearted, but they are beautiful because they have a lot of very unique patterns. And, you know, it comes as a complete package. So it's a treat, really. I think it's nice, you know, if you have some spare money and you have a pattern you absolutely love, it's a nice, you know, addition to whatever you're stitching on. But it's not, you know, don't think it's you have to have it. No, because they're not that cheap at all. Even though, you know, the kit I've got, I think is worth every penny because it's just so big. So you're mostly paying for the material itself. You know, it's a lot and lot of DMC floss and DMC fabric and a beautiful pattern. So, you know, if you fall in love with something, then, you know, maybe you like to have it in your life. Oh, Adri, because I want to confess, I want to buy some Kohana items. What is that? Is that a brand? You may confess. I will, you know, I will be your priest today. I will not judge you, you know, and you can look through that little box. You know, I'll look away. You can confess. It's okay. It's a safe place, you know. When it comes to stitching, confessions, we won't judge. Move up a little bit here. Oh, so that's Kohana is sewing, is it? Like proper sewing to make clothes. Why not? Why not? I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was growing up. So I know some basics for pattern making and stuff like that. And I learned to use sewing machine. But I know my hand sewing is just so rubbish. It's that's going to be a challenging path to go down. I'm just not precise enough when it comes to hand sewing. But if you're using machines, like sewing machines and stuff, Susan, oh, the cookies and tea and coffee, not tea and coffee, tea and cookies is the name of the piece. That sounds amazing. I do not want to look at it because it sounds like something I might want. I will resist. I'll look away. I'll walk away and pull it out of my mind. I love themes like that, you know, cozy themes, like cozy objects, colorful things. Oh, Nikki says, I have 7 Amy Stewart. I don't even know how many Amy Stewart things I have. Even counting just on top of my head. Well, definitely within somewhere 5 to 10. I don't know. No, maybe not 10. I think it wouldn't surprise me if it was something like 5 at least. Because you can't resist it. It's just not possible. It's just not possible. It's not a human request for someone to say no to Amy Stewart. You might not know, you might not love all of her work because there's some pieces are very different in style, but you know, her signature style, my God, can anybody say no? I don't know. Sarah says, I think it's the peer pressure my mom warned me about. I know. We're just as bad as each other, seriously. Peer pressure. River says, Adri, if you could mail close to order, I'll buy some. Wow. Hang on, River. You don't know. Maybe Adri is a rubbish sewer. You're gonna have one sleeve longer than the other, and you're gonna have a skirt that's lopsided. You know, at least look at a portfolio before you order. You don't want to give Adri ideas. You could end up looking very interesting. And that reminds me, you do you guys know the actress Helena Bonham Carter? She used to do like a period drama or period movies. She's a British actress. She's got, if you Google her name, she's got the most interesting fashion sense ever. She's so interesting. I just love the fact that she really doesn't give a flying saucer what she looks like. I'm sure she's got a very particular taste. She used to be married to Tim Burton, you know, the director. And yeah, I would say her fashion sense is kind of, well, either you say it's terrible or eccentric, you know, or interesting. I think these are the words of choice. So you never know, maybe Adri's you know, and put her work is gonna fall into that category. Oh, at least Helen kind about Bonham Carter will probably buy from Adri. Adri says Kohana specializes in, oh, scissors and sewing material from Japan. Kohana from Japan. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to go into sort of pattern making and sewing clothing, you need proper scissors, because fabric cutting scissors are very different. They have to be super sharp. I have a few, but they're probably getting slightly rusty. I haven't used them properly. I don't cut fabric that often. Stitchy Dutchy. Joy says, I've got some Amy Stewart's. I like the Swiss shop, but really don't need any more patterns. Joyce, are you sure? Maybe you just need one more. You know, just that one more. I think I'll join with fun. That's already a whip. Yes, I managed to convince Joyce to have one additional project other than the main one she's stitching on for her grandchild. So that was already quite an accomplishment. And let me move over here for a slightly different color. I like to switch my colors around. I'll probably stitch this bit. And that's a nice dark color, A14. 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 Oh, this one will need top up very soon, but I think I'm okay for now. Got a few strands left. A14. And Adri says, I wouldn't order anything from me. I'm barely dipping my toes. See, I warned you. I warned you. If you don't want one sleeve longer than the other, maybe, you know, wait a little bit, to, you know, so Adri can practice a little bit, at least, you know, get everything even on both sides before you place any orders. River says, I don't care. I never go anywhere. So one sleeve longer will be fine. Oh my God. Yeah, well, it's pretty good if it's one sleeve longer than the other. Maybe both sleeves just fall off. Oh, but then that'll be just short sleeve or no sleeve outfit. As long as you have both sides like falling off at the same time. So it's not lopsided, you know. As long as it's symmetrical, it should be okay. River says my husband already knows I'm eccentric as hell. Eccentric as in, you know, Helen Bonham Carter eccentric. I love the lady though. She's so free. And if you look at her earlier sort of acting roles, she plays this kind of English rose, you know, really traditional kind of stereotype what English rose will look like. And then, yeah, I just love the evolution of her. And she's a very good actress as well. Tracy isn't asymmetrical in style right now nowadays. Yeah, exactly. Go for it. One side with long sleeve, the other one, um, like not there. I'm sure it's been done before. I'm sure there's nothing too shocking. And make sure I know where I am. Oh, Tracy says I'd call it Victorian Gothic. It is a genre. It is a genre, I'm pretty sure. I don't know when Gothic. Well, Gothic is coming from Eastern Europe, isn't it? The whole vampire thingy. I don't know. That's my guess. And talking about vampire, we're not done with the vampire topic. Um, I remember when I went to college, I went to art school, and there's so many people. Well, I don't know how you define. You know, Gothic is a fashion style, but also it's a lifestyle as well. And you know, I have so many sort of fellow students. They wear eyeshadows. They have dark, you know, black uh, nail polish, and that's just the guys. You know, there's a whole lifestyle attached to it, not just fashion. They listen to some kind of music, Gothic music, obviously. What else? And yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. And I wonder whether they're still there or have they grown out of it? I don't know. You've got to try it, you know, at least once. Yeah, Sweeney Todd. She was in Sweeney Todd. That's correct. Well, she was married to Tim Burton, so she was kind of, you know, out in several Tim Burton. I think she was also in the Chocolate Factory, whatever it's called, with Johnny Depp's. I think she was there. I think she played the queen of, you know, that queen role. She's very good as a baddie, I think. She's got that kind of, she's the kind of baddie that you like because she's interesting. Hi, another Tracy joining us. It's spelled with CIE. Tracy, welcome. You made it. Yes, you have safely. I'm very happy to hear that. Oh, Gritty says she has to walk the dog. Yes, make sure you do that. The doggy has to go to the loo. See you later. Thanks for joining us. Doggy has to go to the loo. There's no joke. Oh, Joy says, I can picture her shopping in Camden Lock. Oh my. So Joyce is well versed in London locations. Absolutely. But Camden Town has become so touristy though. It used to be a lot more authentic. I mean, it was always touristy anyway, but you know, I think as the time goes on, I used to, when I was a student, I used to go there and buy old clothes, you know, vintage clothes, shall I say, not used clothes because they're cheaper, vintage clothes. And I've got quite a few jackets from the market, but I think gradually they become, it's harder to find old things. They're all kind of accessories, kind of newish things, mass produced a little bit. It's a shame. But I haven't been for a long time, so I don't know whether it's changed. But yeah, I think that's the type of place you will probably love to shop. Or Portobello, you know, something like that. Portobello Market. We end this right here. River says, I went to a grocery store the other day in the long floor length flowy kaftan and a turban. I'm having pictures in my head, River. And cashier told me she loved me. Wow, that's amazing. That sounds very interesting. So that's your natural style, is it? That's very nice. You and Helen Bonham Carter will get along just fine, I think. I can totally see that. Tracy says they're still around, referring to the market, Camden Market. And Joy says they're even Gothic floss tubers. Wow, that's a new genre. Check out Mad Morty and the Broom. Wow, they're Gothic floss tubers. Do they only stitch Gothic pieces? Is that mandatory for them? So they're not allowed to stitch anything fluffy like Little Kitten. That's just not hardcore enough. You have to stitch something that's got blood, and it has all black. So they probably use up a lot of dark, you know, black colors like 310 or something. They have to buy in bulk because there's so much black color they need to stitch on their piece. So no cute and fluffy, no, that's for girls. They need to stitch a bit of, like, I don't know, skeleton or something like that. It's mandatory. 315, 315, 315. And I've seen they're different kind of style. Well, not even style, just kind of, you can probably even call it kind of a genre. I've seen modern daughter floss tubers, quite a few channels. And I've also seen couple ones. It's probably, I don't know, it's more common. So one I can think of, the UK based, is cross stitch smiles. So so they both stitch. So the husband and the wife, they're lovely, and they both stitch. But I can tell the husband maybe wouldn't have stitched if it wasn't because of the wifey. I think he was just there for mostly for emotional support, which is quite sweet. you know, like supporting your partner's addiction or your partner's hobby. That's quite sweet. So I am here. That one. Let me make sure that I'm in the right spot. There. 3 over there. Done. Hang on. Let me just... make sure that I mark these ones. Okay, there. And I'm moving over here. Oh, okay. Joy says they stitch lots of Halloween. Yeah, well, by default, that's kind of slightly Gothic theme, isn't it? Do they stitch Valentine pieces? Is that too fluffy? Not hardcore enough? It kind of narrows it down a little bit in terms of genre. So how many Halloween pieces you can stitch? Nikki says, I can see glaze over my hubby's eyes when I talk about cross stitch. I totally get it. No, I wouldn't dare talking about it with my partner because it's just you inviting coma, which I do not appreciate. I like the person to be fully engaged when I'm talking to them. So, yes, this is why this channel is so good, and FlossTube in general is so good, because you can be totally nerdy and the people listening know what you're talking about. My goodness. What a validation. Because otherwise you feel like you're insane. You're doing something really unusual and weird when it's not. Jodis says, this is my first time with you. Such fun. I wish I could stitch. Do you not stitch, Jodis? I thought you were pondering upon royal rolls, if I remember correctly. Of course you can stitch. Anybody can stitch. You're just bring the needles from one corner to the other and insert it and do it again the other side. I like to say this is really intricate, you know, and you have to practice for about 5 years before you're able to do it, but it's not true. Everybody can do it. Cross stitching, I mean, I think embroidery, other categories of embroidery is slightly harder to do. But cross stitching, everybody can do. That's the beauty of it. Oh, Joy says the hobby David is a stitcher. Are you referring to cross smile stitch smile not cross smile cross stitch smiles? Oh, I can't remember the names actually, unfortunately. So David is a stitcher, he's a trucker and stitches on his mandatory breaks. Can you imagine? If this is the husband you're talking about, yeah, I think I've seen him having projects. He has shown projects, but I think he's doing it out of love rather than, well, love for the wife rather than love for the stitching. But it's just as valid, right? I cannot imagine my partner will pick up an Ada and start stitching. I wouldn't dare going there. Wouldn't dare. But it's nice to have separate hobbies anyway. You know, you don't have to do the same things together. So you have something different to talk about. It's just that no one else will understand when I'm talking about boomerang, royal rolls. It's like, what? What are you on about? Stop it. Boomerang is our new toy. Ah, Tracy says with witchy things. Witchy things. Vampire things. Okay. Yeah, quite a lot of patterns are sort of in that, category. Because fantasy is a big genre within the cross-stitching patterns. I know a lot of people like sort of dragons, fairies, that kind of stuff. It's all good. Okay. For me, just give me a cozy space, cozy things. Then I'm happy. Same guy as well. Same with my hobby. It goes right over his head. But in a way, I'm kind of happy my partner doesn't stitch because this is my little private space, Imagine if I have to discuss, fabric counts with him. I mean, God, I don't want to do that. I need a break. So maybe it's good that they have absolutely no clue what I'm doing, what you're doing. It's nice to have a little bit of space, I think for some people doing the same things and well, you need to have something common, right? That's important, but it doesn't mean you have to like everything together. So that's healthy, I think. River says, should have seen the look on his face when I was dancing around happily talking about a boomerang. I'm with you, River. I'm with you. I know. I know. Boomerang. You need to know the lingo. Oh, Joe does. That's okay. I mean, sometimes, in the beginning, I was making all sorts of mistakes. And but you just try again. And also, we're very lucky. We have a lot of floss tubing channels all over YouTube. So a lot of people can share their experience and you watch how they stitch. And then you just try again. It's a hobby, it doesn't matter. If you have to frog it, you frog it, and then you try again. Just turn to the other side of the fabric and start again. That's what I do. And pretend nothing ever happened. And just start fresh, Let me have a sip of my tea. Oh, we have another Susan joining us. Hello, Susan. That's quite true, Sarah. Yes, because tying knots is such a no-no thing, kind of if you ask a lot of people. But who cares? It's at the back. If tying knots makes you happy, then do that. Ultimately, it's at the back of the fabric. No one knows. I'm going to do these ones on the side here. Oh, Susan Barnes says, my husband made my stand. How good is that? And he customized, makes my scroll frames. He's a keeper. I was about to say before even I read your comment, the rest of your comment, he's a keeper. Definitely. My goodness, how good is that? Oh, that's what you've got, some heart going on. Oh, yeah, that is so great. Definitely. I'll keep him too. Sarah says, my grandkids always want me to tie knots. It makes sense, right? Because it stops it. It's the most sensible thing to do. That's what we do with sewing. We tie knots, so why not doing cross stitching? Who says we can't? We couldn't. 961. 961 is my next victim. 961. It's a beautiful pink. What? Jodas? Yeah, Jodis, there are a lot of people. Well, I think it's okay for people to have different opinion on how you should start or how you should stitch, as long as you don't impose it to other people. You can have your own ways and insistence, but it's important to you don't come to the type of thinking that everybody should do the same as you do. No, you can do absolutely whatever you want. If you want to use super glue, you can. Jody says, I even tried glue. Try to glue. That's maybe a little bit extreme. I think you can get by without, the consumption of glues of any kind. And so you can undo it. If you if you glue it, it might be a little bit harder to undo it. That I haven't heard. Thank you for sharing, Jodis. That makes me smile. Nikki says, I'm knotting my 2 strands to do loop start. Oh, I have seen people doing that. I have seen people, somebody do that anyway. I've seen a video. So you tie knots and do a loop start, or just start with a knot. Absolutely. That sounds great. Because if you're doing 1/1, the strands are so thin, so light, you wouldn't even be able to see the knots, to be honest. So why not? If that's the quickest way. I have seen somebody, was it, trying to remember, was it the lady from Russia, the cross-stitching masterpiece? Or somebody, I can't remember, but I have seen it. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. But it's just I haven't needed to do that. So I kind of, I'm happy to do a non-loop start. But yeah, if that flows with you, then do it. Who cares? Your work is beautiful. When you show people a piece, finished piece, or any whips, no one ever go, well, flip around, let me check the back before I praise you. If your back is ugly, then yeah, that's a terrible piece. No one ever ever does that. I hope so. Yeah, Jodis, definitely. If you love stitching, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You just keep stitching. and, you know, keep the mind open, trying different methods and see which one flows with you. And you will find, you know, certain way of stitching actually is kind of authentic, you know, within you. And stick with that. Jacqueline says lots of military guys cross-stitching and quit. Oh. Joyce, try glue like in sniff it. I don't think sniffing glue actually help the fabric to the threads to, you know, start in any shape or form. I don't think any form of sniffing is involved, Joyce. But good thinking, good thinking. Oh, Suzanne, am I right in my recollection? I haven't checked her project, her channel for a little while because she has a lot of tutorial type of short videos. They're quite helpful, and she's a lateral thinker. She's very free in the way of her approach. I really like her. Let me end this right here. So this one is 961. 961. Sniffing glue has entered the chat. Every day is a surprise. Oh, Nikki says, when I was an instructor for military, I made my students cross stitch. Even got a pack from DMC for free and got DMC mentor pin. Oh, wow. When you say military, I thought it was a metaphor. You actually worked in a military. Instructor, does that mean you were in the military as well, or instructor for something for the soldiers? Wow. Imagine. It's like trying to get guys to knit. They have fat fingers. What do they do? A14. A14. River. Or just do like that Japanese lady, you mean Komari, just leave the threads hanging in the back. Well, that's her way of doing it, and see how many pieces she managed to finish. And currently, she's doing some sort of marathon speed stitching. She's aiming like 3,000 a day. I ask you, I don't know how. I can't even utter the word 3,000. I don't know what's going on there, but that's what it says on the titles. 3,000 stitches a day. Ooh, that's a world I don't understand. Never will. I don't know. Even if I'm held at gunpoint, I wouldn't be able to stitch that fast. It's just not possible. You know, it's technically impossible. Yes, River boomerang. I was thinking what is if it comes to such a secure stop, there's no reason you can't use it for start. Absolutely. And I think the technique's very good for loose stitches, floating stitches, that most of the time we worry that they're going to come off. So I think boomerang is very good technique for that. And it works for both half stitches and full stitches as well. Nikki says there were tiny cross-stitch kits from DMC, referring to the military guys. Yeah, but even 14 counts if you've never done it before, Oh, but I suppose soldiers, do they not have to sew their own clothes? So they probably have to do some sort of sewing, right? They wouldn't have sort of tailors waiting for them. If they rip something, they need to learn how to sew, though. I'm pretty sure sewing kit is probably part of what they're carrying. So cross-stitching in some way may be easier because there's a clear instruction. There are four corners of the stitch, of the sort of area, where the needle is supposed to go. So it might actually be easier. Hey, Carol, welcome. Join us. Nikki says, I was in the army, then afterwards instructed. Oh, I had no idea. It's amazing. Wow. You have to be so disciplined. Maybe that's why you're so disciplined. Maybe that's why you can stitch so fast. I need to check out the Japanese lady, Komari. Maybe she was once upon a time in the SEAL or something, you know. That's why she's so hardcore. 3,000 stitches a day. And she will probably go, well, that's how we do it in the military. Secret service. We stitch secretly. And Marnie has joined us as well. She says, good morning, everyone from Australia. Yes, it's morning over there. So lovely to catch a live. I know it's not easy for guys from Australia because the starting time over here in the UK is where in your little, it's your nappy time. It's your sleepy time. I know. But we have Janelle from time to time. If she wakes up early enough, she joins us. That's my secret ploy to get people from Australia to get up really early. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Come to join us on the live stream. And Joy says, held at gunpoint, I wouldn't manage a single stitch. I think you could. If your life depended on it, you can probably manage at least one stitch, right? Maybe only one. And then you pass out. Yeah, just technically, I can move my hands as fast as I want to. It's just not really achievable. Oh, Janelle says, I'm a boomerang girl. It's the best on those confetti bits. Yes, absolutely. I think that's totally where it really, really shines, other than the ending message and starting message. Now we come to realize it could work quite well starting as well. Just overall a very secure way of anchoring the thread. And so simple to do as well, isn't it? Mani asks, what do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick? We don't want a stick method. We want a boomerang method. Oh, and Nikki says, sewing is taught in an army. I taught them cross stitch as a side thing. It was funny to see them doing so. Some were interested. Yeah, they probably need to learn how to sew, right? Because they can't possibly have a stylist kind of following them. They kind of go, oh, sir, let me just patch that hole that you created by being dragged on the floor through training or something by enemies. They probably have to do everything themselves. It's like ballet dancers, you know, they have to sew the ribbons on their point shoes. So male or female dancers, they have to learn how to sew. At least sew that ribbon, the ribbons on the shoes. It's just necessity. Oh, Janelle says, I only get up early just to watch you. Yes, it's my secret plan to get people in Australia to get up really early. And it's working. It's working on Janelle. I thought Joyce was talking about being held at gunpoint. So single stitch. Imagine if you're held at gunpoint, you have to do 3,000 in an hour. Man. I don't think, yeah, I'll probably, I'll probably give up. Oh, Nikki, are they not taught to sew? So what happens if they get something ripped or something coming loose? I can't imagine they'll have like a tailor following them everywhere. I would have thought, it's like basic skill to learn how to at least patch, like a hole or something. I'm surprised if they're not. 152. Oh, this is coming nicely together. 152. I always wonder why people choose to go down to join the army because I can imagine you probably have to be quite a disciplined person because it means, for the duration they're in the army. I don't know, a lot of them serve for years and years. Maybe Nikki can tell me. Do you not have to get up like super early every single day? Every single day. Can you ever like have a lie-in? You know, some days. That's the bit I think I'll probably find very difficult because I'm not a morning person, you see. I manage to get up, but I always, with inner complaint, if you know what I mean. I just go, wow, I really don't want to do this. That's why I can't teach like super early mornings. There are teachers, they teach like 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. classes or 6:30 classes, which means if I were to do that, I'll have to get up at 4 just to get ready. That's just not really, doesn't sound like a fun thing to do. River is thinking outside the box. Being held at gunpoint, I take my needles to them. They're quite sharp. Well, you have to stab in the right place. I'm not encouraging any violence, okay? I'm talking about self-defense. You have to aim at somewhere that's quite vulnerable. Otherwise, if they fight back, it's going to just be worse. It's self-defense, guys. Self-defense. No violence. We're not promoting any violence here. Candy Mama is here. Look at that, everyone. It's Candy Mama. Say hello to Candy Mama. The other day, I went to Candy Mama's channel. If you don't know, she's a floss tuber as well. She finished a piece. I watched live. Watch her making the last final 50 stitches or close to 100 stitches of her cat. A round of applause to Candy Mama, everyone. I saw it live. Completion of a piece. That was something. Yes, Sarah, sewing is a life skill, isn't it? Just like cooking. I had never understand parents do not teach their kids to do these things because they just turn up, grow up and kind of quite clueless. Never go out with a guy who cannot cook. Do not trust him. Do not trust him. He probably useless. If he cannot cook and never bothers to learn it, he's probably useless with DIY of any kind. He probably can't even change a light bulb. I'm not drawing experience from my own life. You don't want to go out with a guy or be with a guy who cannot even change a light bulb without blowing up the fuse. Okay, that's a basic test right there. If you meet a guy, just ask him, can you cook? And can you change light bulb without blowing up the fuse box? And if he says, oh yeah, I can do these things, then yeah, maybe that's the next stage. Yes, Candy Mama, I hope you're well. What time is it in Japan right now? How nice to have you here. Candy Mama is stitching some very beautiful pieces as well. So go and check out her channel. I mean, the great thing about floss tubing is that it transcends language. It doesn't matter where they're from. All you have to do is just watch, just watch them stitching. That's it. It's universal. Oh, Nikki says about early rising in the military. She says, yes, early on the weekdays, it's hard. I joined because people said I couldn't make it. Whoa. And I didn't want student loans. Oh, I see. So they sponsor you, don't you? So you joined because people said you couldn't make it and you want to prove it to them. So Nikki, now I bet you will not join us on that Amy Stewart piece sweet shop because you can't. Okay, Nikki, did you hear that? Because you were scared. You're scared to add another Amy Stewart piece because you're afraid of the sweets. I think that's why, Nikki. Oh, Candy Mama, thank you so much. This is 14 counts. Let me just zoom out a little bit to let Candy Mama appreciate my handiwork. So, yes, it's a beautiful piece. And you can see these two little street lamps are taking shape here. And there will be back stitches that I'm going to apply with this piece. Oh, I'm dreaming about those back stitches. And this part at the bottom left, it's the top of that beautiful little poster there with, let me show you the full mock-up. If you look at the middle bit of the left side of the mock-up, there's a lovely poster with white background of this beautiful lady there. That's where I am right now, here, around here. So I can't wait. Thank you, Candy Mama. Susan Barnes has got a partner in life for sure. She says, my husband does all the cooking, I clean the dishes. Yeah, teamwork, that works, you know. Or you can get a dishwasher so he can do all the cookings and just allow the dishwasher do the rest. That's one other solution just for you. Sarah says, my husband's an amazing cook, definitely. Men can cook is so sexy. Seriously. I just, you know, that's one of the things that I think, you know, a man, it just comes through because it's a man that is resourceful and, you know, and men who spend time in a kitchen is just such a attractive thing for me. Candy Mama says it's 7 in the morning. Wow, another early riser. So similar to Australia, probably not that different. Sarah says, and he cleans and does laundry. Can I borrow your husband at some point? I think that would, you know, come in very handy. And do laundry. Absolutely. That's a keeper. Nikki says, now I must join. I got you, didn't I, Nikki? It's working, it's working. Hush, hush. Don't let Nikki know that my plan is actually working right there. She's falling for it. She's falling for it. Candy Mama says, one of my friends stitches same pattern as yours on 28 counts fabric. Oh, that's interesting. So, yeah, because this pattern, I don't even know where you can get it. It must be somewhere else you could get it. On 28 counts, that is so different. That's like half the size, quarter of the size, really. That's lovely. Nikki says, right, Rose. Now I have to get the sweet shop. That will be my third Fran enabling piece. Yes, we did it, guys. We did it. We got Nikki. We got Nikki. And it's not easy. She's a military person, you know? So she's got will of steel, and we managed to corrupt her. Oh, I'm so happy. Yes, another joiner for sweet shops. My work is done. And my next one will be 498. 498. And I think it was yesterday I popped in Shino's live stream as well. I just got back from work and I was eager for a shower, so I couldn't stay for very long. But she normally streams at around Wednesday, I think Wednesday. I think it's late at night in Japan there. She does kind of slightly late night, just like I do, but Japan time. So it depends on where you are. Pop in to say hello to Shino as well. She's a good friend of the channel. And we have two here, little stitches here. Move up a little bit. Rose has got the pattern. Let's go. Yeah. I know. I need to get my fabric. I need to order my fabric. So I'll let you know when I get mine. We can have a... Yeah, shall we make it a Saturday start then? If we're going to make Saturday the Amy Stewart day, Amy Day, you know, today is Thursday. I'm not sure if I can get the fabric on time. Maybe next Saturday. And Rose will probably need fabric as well. Do you not? Or do you have like a big stash of fabric they're waiting for you? If that's the case, you're very lucky. I need to get my fabric and we can have a Saturday start. And everyone else who's got Amy Stewart project can just come along. Saturday will be our Amy Day. It's official. And if you don't have Amy Stewart design, we need to change that. Okay, guys? You need to have at least one piece from Amy Stewart. It's mandatory. $498, $498. River says, everyone said, my son was too much of an undisciplined goofball to join the military. Right. Not only did he join the Marine, but he signed up for another 4 years and was a tank commander for 7 years. There you go. There you go. There you go. Maybe your son is just like Nikki, you know, if you're saying that you can't do something, they'll prove you wrong. They'll prove you wrong. That's amazing. That's amazing. I know. I mean, you know, the potential of each individual cannot be understated. Sometimes we talk ourselves out. You know, in your son's case, people are telling them, you know, you can't do this, can't do that. But sometimes we kind of say that to ourselves all the time. Kind of self-limiting thoughts. I'm not saying everybody can do absolutely anything, you know, like I can't stitch 3,000 stitches in an hour, you know, that's not possible. I know my limitation, but a lot of things we can actually do if we kind of, you know, give it a go. Well, a lot of things I say I don't like, and I end up trying it, and I love it. So, yeah, we can have a Saturday star party, Tracy. So everybody get your fabric, get your patterns ready, and let's aim for next Saturday. Not this coming Saturday. I probably won't get the fabric, but the following Saturday. The one next week, Saturday. So that's your, timetable there. Get your material ready. And 154. Oh, I can't wait to stitch that piece. My God, can I wait till Saturday? But my promise to you is my first stitch will be live here with you. Okay, of that piece of Sweet Shop. And then we take it from there. I won't cheat. I won't secretly start, do 5 towers with Royal Roll or something like that. I won't do that. Very tempting, I know. But I won't. I will resist. Oh, Suzanne's got fabric coming on Saturday. Rose says, I have a stash of fabric. How lucky are you? I ordered by the yard from Amazon during their sale sales. That's such a great idea. I'm always too afraid to have too much fabric in the house because I'll be starting new piece every day. This is my own way of, to apply some sort of self-control by not having it in the house. But it's nice. It's a very good idea to get it on the discount days. Adri saying I have to work on Saturday the whole day. I suppose working in the airport, just like yoga teachers, weekends is actually a busy day. But luckily I have Saturday night free. I try not to teach evening classes, only Monday. Monday is the only late classes because I've learned from experience. In the beginning, I was doing all hours, everywhere, every day, and I just burned myself out. And now I know I'm one of those teachers that prefer teaching during the day. If I had to choose, I do morning rather than evening. So I have my evening clear. And I can do things, I like different things or, so I learned that through painful experience. But I'm glad I did. Let me just do there's a lot of stitches to cross over. So what I'm going to do is to end my thread here and then move my thread over rather than bringing it all the way down. Makes me happier. Yeah, but Adri, you get to join us, quite a lot of weekdays, so you can always watch the archive. And let me see over here. I got a thumbs up from Joyce. Oh, Candy Mama says it's time to start the morning routine. Yes, I'll come to say hello again. Yeah, thank you for dropping by, Candy Mama. And enjoy your stitching and say hello to everyone. A whole bunch of lovely floss tubers over there. And enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. It's morning over there. Thank you. Say bye-bye to Candy Mama. Thank you, Candy Mama. Tracy says, oh, it's a Saturday, your birthday, Tracy. Now I'll make it birthday star for me. I mean, the next, not this coming Saturday, the following Saturday. Oh, wonderful. Then it's a perfect day to start our Amy Day. That's perfect. All stars are lining up together. Joy says, I'll try to get my 2 last full pages on bedtime story done by Saturday week. So I only have partial page left. Oh, really? So you're almost done then? That's so fast, because last time I checked, you're like 70% or something. That was a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago. You're so fast. That's wonderful. So you can free up some capacity to play with us after you've done your homework. Wow, Tracy's 30th birthday. Or is it 30th as in date? Let me have a look. So this Saturday will be, why not? Let's find the day. Okay, so 30th is Wednesday. And so next coming Saturday, not this Saturday, is 26th of July. That's our first Amy Day, right? And Tracy's birthday is on the 30th. That's close enough. We can do that. Nikki, get busy, Nikki. Get a fabric and get over here. Yay. So we have at least 3. I've got at least 3 victims stitching the same piece as me, and all the rest of you doing Amy pieces. Yay. Sounds like a plan. And any more victims would like to join in stitching the sweet shops? You know what you need to do, okay? I don't need to spell it out. Two more stitches here. Suzanne, 28, nice birthday. Oh, River says, Yogi, I'm thinking you must be an amazing teacher. I see how you motivate and inspire people here. How kind of you, River. That is so kind of you. No, I'm an enabler. How nice of you to rephrase it and say it's to motivate and inspire. That's one way of looking at it. I'll stick with that. I'll stick with that. Yes, that's a story I'm sticking to. That's very kind of you, though, River. I do my best. I am going to tuck this under here. Suzanne says, my son always asks me how old I am, and I keep telling him 29. But for young kids, 29 is like super ancient. It's like, grandmom, 29. Oh, God. Can you imagine that? I remember when I was turning 30, I thought, oh, my life is over. It's like 3-0. Oh, everything's downhill from here. So I managed. So these ones here are done. Let me see. 350. 310. No, 315. I just can't get it right. 315. Here we go. Age is relative, isn't it? If you're talking someone like 15, just a mere mentioning of 20 something, they're gonna go, oh, it's like this old people. That's 25, you know. Joy says encourage also applies as more positive than enable. That's the story I'll be sticking to, Joyce. Yeah, next time anybody says, well, you know, you're an enabler, I said, no, I'm a motivator. You know, like those motivational speech people, you know, Tony Robinson or something. I'm the Tony Robinson in the Stitch world, everyone. You can do it. I just need to wear a suit and a baseball cap. You know, motivational speech. If you think you can't, think again. Betty says, I remember being 18 and feel like 30 was being dead. I know. I remember I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm turning 30. What is going to happen? And then nothing. You know, just carry on as usual. I'm doing all right. 37. I'm still alive, plodding along. Nikki, talk about efficiency. Nikki's got a fabric. Do you mean you ordered it, or have you ordered it and got it delivered within the space of 15 minutes? If so, I need to learn a technique, okay? It must be something you learn from the military. Speed ordering of fabric. This is how it's done. Nikki's showing you. Ah, you ordered. Very good, very good. That's amazing. 315. I remember maybe during the lockdown, I don't know if it's a London thing or maybe it's happening all over the world. There used to be quite a few apps that you can get, companies basically, they would deliver something within 15 minutes. Like Amazon once upon a time tried to do that and then they abandoned it. But those companies, they basically, you can order any kind of, you can like, I don't know, one loaf of bread. I think there's a minimum order there, but very low. And you can order like, you know, 2 pints of milk and a loaf of bread, and they deliver them within 15 minutes. And then after the lockdown, they all disappear. They all got bought out by something else, or they just disappear off. I think the demand is probably just not there. But it's quite nice to know that if you need something, you're gonna get them within 15 minutes. Because people couldn't get out. People couldn't go out of the house at that time. Oh, Nikki's printed the Floss cards. She's showing us how it's done, everyone. Oh, Heather says we have a few companies like that in San Francisco Bay Area, although it takes about an hour and a half. Okay. In London, they promise 15 minutes, and if they're running late, they actually give you like freebies as apologies. But I think you can probably only do that in the urban area. Maybe San Francisco is very urban, London's very urban. So everything's close by. So they probably have some sort of affiliated shops they have nearby. They just go and, grab everything and deliver to you. But they will disappear afterwards, because I was kind of enjoying that. You have to pay a little bit more for each item, but if you're just running out of something, you don't have to rush out, you don't have to go out. You couldn't anyway during the lockdown. And they just deliver everything by the door, at your door in 15 minutes. They were on bicycles, so they can cycle really fast. Let me move over here a little bit. A lot of white stitches here, so I'm kind of trying to pace it out, because I tend to get into a little bit of coma stitching white, too many of them. Let me see. So I think I'm gonna do those guys. Let me find them on my chart. Oh, the efficiency of Nikki is something to behold. Oh, it's called Flink. Oops, I've got a little bug here. I can't remember what ours were called. There were quite a few, and they were quite competitive as well. They all did similar things, and so that there was quite a lot of competition between them, and they're all gone. I think with somewhere like San Francisco, they're probably all on bicycle, because that's the only way to move, or maybe they run really fast. I don't know. Oh yes, Heather, you are not too late for for being enabled. You are still a potential victim. Yes, you're we are going to have a new start together, and it's by Amy Stewart, called Sweet Shop. Oh, I've got a little flying bug here. Oop. Please go away. Yes, we're going to start on, which date is that? Not this Saturday. We're going to start on the 26th of July. So the week next Saturday. And we're going to start together making that first stitch. No one cheats, okay? No one cheats. We're going to start here live together. So if you'd like to join us, which I'm sure you do, not frankly, what's it called? Flink, is it? Yeah, I can't even remember what ours called. There were so many, and Heather, definitely get a Facebook account, because we have a group. We have a lovely group that you can join. You can get to see what everybody's working on. So why don't I post the link? I haven't posted today. Why not? Let me post the link in the chat. You're welcome to join. Let me pin it on top. There you go. If you follow the link. Joyce, it's beauty sleep time for Joyce. Joyce, you're doing really good today. It's past midnight, midnight over there where Joyce is. Well done, girl. And I'll see you in the next session. Enjoy your beauty sleep. Night, night, sweet dreams. Sarah says, I'm looking at getting Candylicious to start with. Is it also Amy Stewart? Oh no, that sounds really nice as well. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what it looks like. Okay. I'm doing Sweet Shop. And Heather says, I'm extremely tempted, but I just got all the materials of Blooming Whiskers by Pain-Free Craft. That's a good craft. That's pain-free. Bedfordshire. I love it. Joyce is national treasure, universe treasure, I think. Across all nations. I love her. Yeah, I can show you the markup again just to tempt you. You know, I'm not trying to be cheeky. I'm not trying to enable anybody. I just want to show you this beautiful markup, and so you know what we're talking about. It's just purely for information purposes. Okay, let's do it. Ah, look at this beautiful thing. This is what we're going to be stitching on Saturday. We're going to start together. And I've got the Max Colors version. Oh, just look at that. Oh, I need to decide where to start. I know where I'm going to start. Oh, yes, it's Amy Stewart. So, Heather, if your heart is not pounding right now, we need to do something about that. That's it. Oh, man. Oh, it's so beautiful. Heather, I know. This is what you get when you come to this channel. Purely for information purposes, okay? I just like to be accurate. Amy's got so many charts. She must be so prolific. She must be like drawing all day long to have that many beautiful pieces. Because you can draw all day long doesn't mean you have good design or good artwork. But she's got so many. Wipe it. Wipe it, Heather. So the choice is, you know, the option is there for you. I'm not saying anything, you know. I'm not trying to enable anybody. I just want to show you the markup so you know what we're talking about. 779. And this is this area with this color. Because everything else here is kind of white. I'm not feeling white at the moment. I want to pick slightly darker colors to work on at this point. And sometimes I crave for plain colors, like pale colors. And that moment will come, just not right now. Move it up a little bit. And I'm gonna see if I can manage to fill this area up just a little bit more before I wrap it up for today's session. I think I've done well today. And one more stitch here. So this is the head area of that beautiful lady on the poster. So pretty. Seven, 7, 9. And I think I'm going to pick one more color. And that's 814. Age, you say, okay, I now head to bed. You've done well today as well, darling. It's you're in the same time zone as Joyce. You beat Joyce today. Yes, it's 20 before 1. I was saying. Well done, darling. Yeah, go to bed. Night night, have a restful sleep. And come back to join us again. Sweet dreams. I just had party a lot tonight. I know, it's exhausting, isn't it? Party every night. You've done very well, my love. I'm going to manage the final few stitches here, and I'll show you what I've achieved today with this beautiful piece. Yes, it's mandatory. You have to come back, Adri. I'll be name checking, okay? If I don't see you there when I take the register, you know, you're going to be grounded. No randomness will be present. I know that's your speciality. That's what I'm counting on you for that. So have a lovely sleep. Kale Weller has joined us, and Kale says, would you be able to show the back of your work when finished today, please? I'm trying to understand how you finish your thread. Yeah, I'll do that. Why not? Because sometimes it's a little bit tricky to do, but the frame I'm using today, the hoop I'm using today is relatively small. So I might be able to flip over to show you. And I'm in my final 2 stitches. Why not? That's a great idea. So you can see how messy my back is. I'm sure no one will be surprised. But I will do that for you in a bit. The final stitch here for today. Night, Adri. Sweet dream. Right, let me pop this one back. A14. So here, let me remove this thumbnail here. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit just to show you what I've done today. So today I'm working on from top down to fill up this page. So earlier on I showed you the parts I've worked on so far. So the top is page 1, and I decided to go down rather than go sideways because I really want to stitch the lady's poster, one of the posters anyway. And you can see the street lamp is being formed there. Let me switch back so you can see this. And once I apply the back stitches, the definition is going to be much clearer there. And today, let me just quickly show you. And before I flip the work over, I just want to show you my ab in terms of my progression today. So today, so this is the pattern. You can see there are a lot of back stitches everywhere. So today, I have managed to complete 2, 3, 4. My daily goal, I set for 300, but I hit it probably once a month. Okay, so take it as a very large pinch of, you know what. But occasionally when I hit it, I get confettis. Okay, but 2, 3, 4 is not too shabby, for under 3 hours. So today we're under 3 hours. So that's very nice. And in terms of percentage full a piece, 762. So we're easing toward 8%. We'll get there at some point. So that's where I am today. And Kale has requested to see the back of the work, which I can probably manage. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit and loosen this bit without having to remove the frame. So what you're going to see is probably reversed, if that's okay. And let me see if I can flip it over. Let me flip this way. Yes, I can. And let me just fix it so you can see it properly and move it over. So this is reverse view, but you can see the really ordered chaos. I try to convince you that. So this is what the back looks like. And you can see this bit has a very little buildup of fabric. It's because this area happened to be single color. So, and really depends on the way I stitch. I suspect at this point, I was probably doing the running stitch, one leg forward, one leg back. It tends to create a very tidy back. But I'm not disciplined. A lot of times I just do a full cross and just, do whatever is convenient. But these are slightly more, I wouldn't say confetti, but some color changes there. Let me just zoom in a little bit more so you can see. So I leave very short tails there, little bit at a time, just in case, just some leeways if, the stitches ever come off. At least it's not, it's not going to just come straight off. There's a little bit of leeway there, but not too long. I'm not doing a KonMari, okay? And this area currently looks slightly more chaotic. That's because it's not done yet. So this is where the area I finished earlier on, where the poster is. So quite a few unstitched area remain, and once it's stitched, filled in with stitches, it will look more like this bit, more like stitch areas here. So it's not too bad. I think, it's not the tidiest bag. When I used to do smaller kind of projects, like dimension projects, I used to flip over and tuck. But those projects are different. Those projects have much less changes of colors. And so you can afford to flip over back and forth. But when it comes to full coverage like this, you just need to be practical. And I don't mind with, the way the back looks at all, as long as you probably notice there's no long floating stitches. So that's my only rule, sort of important thing for me. So I hope that helps, Kale. And that's very interesting for you to request. I always thought at some point I'll do a back of the project party to show you what the back looks like using different stitching method, because I'm one of those people, I switch my methods all the time based on project. So the back will look slightly different, depends on how you stitch, and some will have a slightly thicker build up and some will have less. So there you go. So I hope that was interesting for you, and this is where the yogi is going to sign out. This is close to midnight here in London, peaceful London. So from here, I'm going to wave good night to you and goodbye wherever you are. If you still have during the day, still in the daytime, lucky you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. So from loving and peaceful London, I'm going to say good night, good morning, and good afternoon to you, and have a sweet dream whenever you get to sleep tonight. And I'm going to see you tomorrow with a new piece, and come and join me. Let's stitch together. Nighty night. Night night, everyone.